قرآني نبض حياتي، قرآني طهر ذاتي، قرآني عصمة أمري، قرآني طوق نجاتي. قرآني نبض حياتي، قرآني طهر ذاتي، قرآني عصمة أمري، قرآني طوق نجاتي. آيات الله حمتني، غمرتني بالبركات، تحفظني منها مزات.
Sheikh Haytham wrote a very detailed article on this. He's going through in a series in a lot of detail, okay, on Islam 21C. So the first few principles are done. I want to speak for a few minutes just about unity as well, for example, right? So we all mentioned, we came up with these principles ourselves. Cooperation, unity, right, is important leadership skill, particularly for the dawah. And it's important to realize that unity, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean uniformity. And one thing that we try to push is a unifying mindset. We need to think in a unifying way. Yeah? So let's say, for example, even when we approach matters that are quote-unquote matters of khilaf, historically or traditionally, yeah, unfortunately we approach them in a disuniting way. Let me ask you a question, just as an example. What's the ruling on taking ghusl on Jum'ah? I'm looking for the most uncontroversial example. Yeah? Sunnah? Yeah? Wajib? Wajib what? Okay. Makruh. So traditionally, unfortunately, people, when they want to be a bit more, mashallah, intellectual, they say, well, this is a matter of khilaf. Some say wajib, some say sunnah. Is that right? But you can still describe the same reality, but with a unifying mindset. Very important, listen to this. Another way, a unifying way to describe the same reality is what? Everyone agrees it's something good. What did I do differently there?
Found the commonality.
Found the commonality, right? You make a circle and say, everyone agrees that this is something good. And a circle outside the circle, and some people go a bit further and say, if you don't do it, you're sinful. Or it is wajib. Does that make sense? So you're still describing the same reality, but you have a unifying mindset. And that's very important for a leader to do. Because it's easy to get drawn into the fact that people are literally saying different words to try to start to see them as different and distinct. No. Look at the actual substance. Yeah? Muslims. The things that Muslims agree on, for example, are far more numerous and far more important and heavy than the things that they disagree on. Yeah? And this is just generally a principle for just being an intelligent person, a wise person, and being an effective person, a leader. Okay? Give me the name of 2 telecoms companies in South Africa. You got Vodacom and NTM. MTN. Yeah? Vodacom, MTN. Right, are they united? Why not? They're competitors. Okay, fair enough. They're competitors. What about when it comes to lobbying the government to increase investment in national 5G infrastructure? Are they united or not united? Yeah, they're united. Okay? So even if your perspective, the angle that you look at something from, okay, that changes how you see them. You see them as one. Okay? You know that you have the expression apples and pears. Yeah? I don't mean like when you have 2 apples you get a pear. Like apples and oranges. Yeah? When someone says, they say, oh, that's like apples and oranges. You're comparing apples and oranges. Do you use that phrase? Yeah? Apples and oranges, they're different, right? Are they different or not?
They're the same fruit.
Yeah. Are they both fruits? Yeah? Shaykh Haytham has a very good theory to describe this, right? Like the difference between Ash'aris and Hanbalis in Aqeedah. Are they different or not? Yeah? They're different or not? Yeah, so from one angle, if you zoom in and you look at the differences, yeah, they're different. But when you look at what they agree on, when you zoom out, are there that many differences? Yeah, they both believe in Allah. They both believe in the Prophet ﷺ. Not just they believe in Allah, they believe Allah is the only one worthy to be worshipped. They believe all of these, important things about Allah, that He is to be glorified, He is so on and so forth. Final Messenger ﷺ, the Akhirah, the angels, the books, the Sharia supremacy. Yeah. But when you zoom in, like Sheikh said, when you zoom in on a drop of water with a microscope, you'll find a whole universe of different bugs and microbes and this and that. You say, yeah, this is so different. When you zoom out, it's the same one drop of water. If you zoom in and keep looking for differences, you'll find them. And there's something important called the narcissism of minor difference. Yeah? This is like a sociological phenomenon. That closer, more similar peoples, they tend to have more fights. Yeah? Because they focus on the tiny differences between them and they make them into a big deal. A wise person, a leader, a leadership kind of mentality person has to be able to see the bigger picture. So like the fruits, apples and pears, yeah, apples and oranges. If you zoom out, look at the whole taxonomy of life, animal kingdom, plant kingdom, all of this and that, you'll see, look, they are both fruits. But if you look at Ash'aris and Hanbalis or Maturidis, yeah, if you compare them to all other human beings, Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, Christian, atheist, even within the Muslim kind of history, they're very, 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 very similar. Yeah, if you zoom in like on a droplet of water, you're going to find differences. So it's important to contextualize those differences and to see in your team, for example, you might have people who disagree on, I think we should do this, I think we should do that. No, a successful leader has to bring people around a common premise and remind people the thing you agree on is more heavy in the scales, more important for our organization than your minor difference of opinion. And you can go in even further than that. Look at the reason why you're disagreeing. The reason why you're disagreeing. If you look at the reason why someone disagrees and you agree on the reason, then that causes your hearts to unite properly. Not like I'm cooperating him just for a benefit. No, you genuinely feel that he is your brother, he's the same as you. Yeah? So if one school of thought, for example, they say, no, we make ta'weel of this attribute because we want to make tanzih of Allah, we want to glorify Allah. And another school of thought says, no, we want to affirm this attribute because we want to glorify Allah, we want to make tanzih of Allah and glorify His words. They might be disagreeing in the product, the end conclusion, but they are united in the objective. Al-umur bimaqasidiha. Matters, the most important parts of matters are the intentions, the objectives of those matters. So they're both united in their objectives. And this is genuine unity. You feel that you're part of the same mission, the same vision. Importance of vision, right? So unified people around the vision have, it's one of those important things. The other thing I wanted to just spend a minute talking about is the growth mindset. The growth mindset is extremely important, right? Because, how much time we've got? Particularly when it comes to learning, all right? So the growth in this context, we say growth is linked to learning. I saw a really interesting article many years ago saying, or titled, "Why I Won't Tell My Son He's Smart." Yeah? I won't tell my son he's smart. Because when you tell someone they're smart, you give them nouns as labels, okay, there is a risk that they begin to stop trying, or stop risking, stop learning, stop growing, because they're afraid, maybe I might say something or do something a bit silly, or maybe I might fail, and I will lose that label of smart. Yeah? Instead, we should encourage what? A growth mindset. Saying things like, you work really hard, I'm really proud of you. Or mashallah, you did this, you helped your brother, you helped your mother, you spent so many hours studying, that's really good, I'm very proud of you. You worked hard. Because what? You're attaching it to a verb, a fi'l, not to a noun. This is very, very important that we have a growth mindset. Because if you label something, mashallah, this brother is a genius, or this brother is, mashallah, a smart, or this brother is that. If you label people with nouns, there's a threat there. Yeah, there's a threat that, okay, I'm not going to try something for fear of failure, for fear of losing that label. And what did we say outside? It's the barrier between hitting a target and failure. That's where you grow. Yeah? Anything. Imagine if you want to get better at shooting, archery, whatever. If the target is here, I will get 100% success rate on the bullseye. Yeah? Saw this video once of someone doing marksmanship training. Yeah? The point is, you keep going back until what? Keep getting further and further away until what? Until you start missing. Because that's the barrier, that's the boundary of your ability. You have to push that boundary by failing. We have to be prepared to fail, but learn from those lessons. We have to be prepared to push the boundaries of our competency in various skills. Okay? Even like I mentioned, neurologically, our brain and central nervous system. Remember I mentioned one of those keys that unlocks neuroplasticity, that unlocks the ability to rewire your brain and central nervous system? What was one of the keys I mentioned outside? Doing things you don't like. In particular, continuing past the point of agitation and wanting to quit. Shall I tell you another key that unlocks neuroplasticity and your ability to rewire your brain and central nervous system? Guess what it is? Failure. When you fail at something, when you miss something, that's when your brain and central nervous system sends signals to those areas of your body to start, okay, we've got work to do. There was a failure, we registered a failure, we have to rewire something. Amazing, amazing experiments they've done. Just for example, giving people lenses that skew your vision or make your vision upside down. When you go and try to pick up a glass, yeah, first you miss, you drop the glass or you can't get it. It's called a predicted, I forgot what it's called actually. Something failure, reward prediction error or something, right? When you think you're going to get the glass and you fail, that's when you begin to, and they say within 15 minutes, you can, if you try a few times and you fail, yeah, that's when you start rewiring your brain and central nervous system, and you can account for the upside down vision or whatever the glass they give you. So when you fail, but if you just try and get it right first time, you say, yes, I did it. And you say, okay, next contestant, you haven't really grown. Put yourself in the positions where you're prepared to fail. Not in anything huge where it's going to obviously destroy the dawah. I'm saying internally, when it comes to your personal growth, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Make a system around you where people are able to fail and then grow. Okay? And able to, look, important, very important for organizations. If somebody did make an error, okay, have a culture in your organizations, in your da'wah, where they can come forward and say, I made a mistake, by the way. And I just realized we need a way to catch these mistakes. Yeah? Imagine, la qadr Allah, someone gets hurt in one madrasa or da'wah table, someone gets, injured in standing as a da'i on the street corner. You as an organization, you as leaders, you need to learn from that. Don't say, thank God, nobody saw that, let's brush it under the carpet. No. Be prepared to have those tough conversations and learn from them. Say, look, alhamdulillah, no one was seriously hurt, but we made an error here of judgment. This is an oversight. What can we do to stop it next time? Maybe have people go out as pairs or whatever, something like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah? So don't create a culture where failure and mistakes are punished, so people just hide them. Create a culture where you can learn from mistakes, learn from errors. Very, very important growth mindset. And you know, that's the kind of the spirit behind the marshmallow test that we did, right? I don't mean when we were just eating marshmallows, I mean making the structures. The person who invented that game, one of the original part of that game, they did it all over the world in different places, and they found that the people who are worst at doing this were the people with MBA management training and leadership training and executives of companies and all that kind of stuff. They were worst at this challenge. And you know who the best people were? Obviously engineers were pretty good at it, but ignore them because they know about triangles and all that. Yeah? But generally, excluding engineers, the best people at these marshmallow things that make the highest buildings are children from nursery school and primary school. Children. Why? Because they're not afraid to fail. They just get straight into it. Let me try this. Let me put 2 marshmallows on top of each other. Oh, it fell down. Let me change it a bit. Oh, this stayed up a bit further. Let me add another one here. Oh, it fell down. Let me actually. So failure drives the innovation to improve. So they get straight into it from minute number 1, and they make the highest structures. But people who done quote unquote professional management training, what do? They said, okay, let's first have a meeting. You come up with a blueprint for this. You go and get some teas. You do this, you do that. And then they're doing planning. And there's 5 minutes left. Oh, we haven't, let's execute the plan now. They try it and it just falls over. Yeah? Be prepared to fail. Failure is very important for growth. Okay, and I reiterate, I'm not talking about failure like destroying the dawah, no. Prototypes. Make a department for testing new ideas and learning from feedback. Prototypes. Okay? Very, very important that we don't prioritize comfort over growth. Okay? And also when it comes to growth in terms of learning in particular, don't fool yourself. Don't learn in your own or grow in your own comfort bubble. Remember what we said? We said it in the IPCI Dawah training. Try and have a broad learning and growth. Imagine, let's say there's 10 areas you need to grow in, 10 areas you need to learn, for example. Let's say just knowledge, different abwab of fiqh or ulum al-shar'i or whatever. Yeah? Don't become Shaykhul Islam in one category and remain a complete jahil in the rest. Learn level 1 of this category, level 1 this topic, level 1. Then you have a broad understanding. Then go level 2, level 2. Then level 3. Try and find as broad as possible a breadth, yeah, of things and areas we need to grow in and areas we need to learn in, and so on and so forth. So Jazakallah khairah. I hope you benefit from the session. I benefit from it and enjoyed watching your displays as well. Just a reminder, go through all of these in your own time. Maybe have some revision kind of thing for your cohorts, your teams, or your organizations. In particular, go through the characteristics for success in detail, line by line, because there's things that we'll benefit from. And yeah, Jazakallah khairah. On to the next session.
Jazakallah khair.
Jazak.
Just quickly before you go, which group do you think did the best?
Well, we had some secret judges alongside Ustad Adil who were judging you with their eyes. So we're going to have a meeting, inshallah, to dish out some points, right?
Oh yes, yeah. Yes, those secret judges, mashallah. Okay, we'll come back to the point scoring then, inshallah. I believe we have a presentation which we are now going to have by one of the organizers, IPCI, by Sheikh Bilal, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Respected Brethren, وبريفر في النصب. I really hope every single one of you enjoyed this program. It's not over, as you know, but on behalf of the IPCI, we really want to extend our heartfelt appreciation to our guests. I'm sure all of you here are a little bit tired, traveled from Durban, Joburg, Cape Town. Our guests came from the UK. They haven't had a moment's rest. They've been going program after program after program, and they still had that energy to deliver the way that they delivered. And that's something astounding. And beyond even their speeches that they gave and the presentations that they delivered, just them being here, us being allowed to benefit from them, speak to them, observe them, see how they carry themselves out, I feel that was a huge inspiration in and of itself. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "As-safaru qit'atun min al-adab." And really it wouldn't be correct if we didn't show our appreciation to our guests, Sheikh Haytham Al-Haddad, Ustad Hamza Zotzis, Dr. Salman Butt, N.Ali, and Mona Uwais Dokrat. So please, takbir for all of them, the loudest takbir you've done throughout this entire program. Takbir! We really do appreciate it. And as a token of our appreciation, I want to call the Amir of the IPCI, Dr. Mohammed Khan, who says he wishes you guys could come every year and you guys could inspire us like this every year, because inshallah this will be the start of a snowball effect for South Africa, for the da'wah in South Africa, and inshallah all of that ajr will be for our brothers here who inspired us like that. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Would like to reiterate our appreciation, especially to our guests from overseas, how enlightened we are and how much more we want to learn. Hoping they will respond to our request in the future. And I have the honor and privilege to give. We are giving a plaque. Actually, the plaque would not do justice from what you deserve. But it's in a small way that we like to make the presentation.
So the first guest we would like to call Sheikh Dr. Haytham Al-Haddad, really inspirational person. I had the chance to sit in his company for a while, and subhanallah, amazing. If Sheikh, if you could just come and accept this as a token of our appreciation.
Your presence really meant a lot for us. Despite how busy you are and maybe some health constraints, but your presence and participation wallahi meant a lot for us. Jazakallah khair. So you are actually an inspiring person. MashaAllah. Jazakallah khair. With your team and MashaAllah, Brother Muhammad and his effort and his energy, MashaAllah, this is outstanding. You have a wonderful team.
That took 7 years to make.
MashaAllah. This is who wrote it?
Ghulam Vahid.
Yeah.
He's a very serious historian in South Africa. Dr. Ghulam Vahid. MashaAllah. May Allah bless you. Jazakallah.
Thank you, Dr. Vahid.
Second, we'd like to call Ustad Hamza Zotzis, and I'm sure you guys have been inspired. Just everything he does is so inspirational. I think in the room he was training, he got a few training sessions in while we were relaxing. So every time he speaks, we just want to better ourselves and make ourselves like that. Jazakallah khair, Ustad.
La ilaha illallah. Masna Allah. MashaAllah.
Why did you do that for Sheikh Haytham?
لا.
You must love Allah.
The third person we'd like to call is Dr. Salman Butt. Dr. Salman, if you could come up, please. And I think Doctor's words are very precise, and very insightful. I really did learn a lot from the examples he gave. Jazakallah.
Dr. Salman promised to come on his own. Because
My wife and kids will come.
inshallah. Sorry, he was the front. Jazakallah. Is there a cushion inside? So you have to keep the promise. Inshallah, you have to keep the promise.
Inshallah.
You must love Allah.
Must love Allah.
Our fourth guest from the UK, Brother N.Ali, please come front. If you guys didn't know it already, but he is like the brains behind a lot of this.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Face me.
100 points for the
That Eid, mashallah.
As I was saying,
Yeah.
that he is the military part of the visionaries.
And our final guest we want to call Mona before he walks the other way. Mona, where's Comrade? I know you're trying to avoid this maybe, but please come up. Mona has worked tirelessly for the last few months to organize this entire thing. And even though you may not have seen the work that he put in, but I can attest to a lot of that. Jazakallah Mona.
Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Man, hold it.
He's been the background worker.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was just hoping it don't happen. It nearly happened. Sorry about that. I got a new one.
Right, once again, it's a great pleasure of thanking our brothers from overseas and all your people from a different organization. And may Allah bless you and have a safe journey back.
A token of appreciation for our Ustad. Jazakallah khair.
You have given me one already.
No problem. This is you deserve more. Jazakallah. Allah yarik. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. Yeah. Sorry. Jazakallah.
Inshallah ta'ala, please make sure that we are swift in our eating. We concentrate in our salah and swift in our eating, inshallah, so that we can make it back on time for the last concluding session, which will start at 2 p.m. and we will be finished by 3 p.m. inshallah. Barakallahu feek.
Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Yusuf Ahmed, and my vision is to see every human being on this planet's heart embedded and infused with the glory of Allah and the glory of Islam, and every human being to become an embodiment of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's noble way of life. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Junaid from Benoni, Johannesburg, and my C is to see a world where Muslims take Islam as a complete way of life, intentionally and practically.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Sayed from Durban, South Africa. I see a world where Muslims are the leaders in every field.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm from Mozambique. I see the all Muslim with a comprehensive understanding of Islam.
My name is Abu Bakr Manjara. I'm from Pretoria. I like to see a world where the glory of Islam is returned to the people for the pleasure of Allah.
My name is Muhammad Ishaq Ghulam Nubi. I'm from Mauritius, and my vision is to see the world led by justice.
My name is Ridwan Mbata. I stay in Verulam. I work for IPCI. I wish to see Islam spreading all the corners of the world. As I'm talking now, I'm starting in my location to spread Islam. Jazakallah.
My name is Yusuf Patel. I see a world where Islam reigns supreme across all corners of the world.
My name is Yusuf Bai. I'm from IPCI, Durban. I would like to see the world at peace and harmony. Jazakallah.
My name is Taufik Habayomi. I'm from Nigeria. My vision is to see a world that is devoid of violence and injustice. Thank you.
My name is Hafiz Ashraf from Swaziland. My vision is to see Dawah Pro all over. Jazakallah.
Ibrahim Abdul Khalik. My vision is seeing a world, a caring and compassionate world where Islam is at the forefront and the leaders of the world.
My name is Saif Muabi from Botswana. My vision is to see Islam grow in Botswana.
Muhammad Abdul Khaliq Ali. I am from Cape Town. I wish to see that the youth finds hope in the mercy of Allah and salvation in the teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
My name is Muhammad Konkari, and I see a world dominated by Islamic law, our pristine Sharia, in which we could see the harmony, peace, and justice prevail once again.
My name is Yusuf Nsana Mutlu from the South African Translation Bureau of Islamic Literature. My dream is to see the message of Islam reaching the indigenous communities of South Africa who are being deprived at the moment due to language barrier.
My name is Bilal Isam Dalose from Durban. The message to the people is Aslim Taslim. Your coming into Islam will bring you goodness above earth, beneath earth, and beyond earth. That will be peace, eternal peace at the end of your life.
Assalamu alaikum, with you Sheikh Al-Hashimi Mujahid, originally from Algeria, based in Polokwane, and work in Institute of Al-Islah. The vision is developing the balanced personality for the Muslim in our education. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Saeed from KZN, South Africa. I'm Zulu speaking. My vision is to see South Africa becoming a Muslim country, being led by a Muslim president, as well as South Africa becoming a racist-free country, free of inequality and free of shirk, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mubin. My vision is to see a world where there's no differences between Islam and Muslims.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Dawood Ayyam Metoli. I'm here representing Assalam Educational Institute, an organization founded by Marhum Sheikh Ahmed Didat. And my vision is to see a South Africa full of justice and free from corruption, and as well as Islam prevailing, also to make sure that all the people understand what Islam is. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Rashid, South Africa. My vision is to see Islam progress and to make sure that Islam move forward.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mikhail from IPCI. My vision, which was inspired by visionaries, is to see the world coming to common understanding, worshipping our Creator. And there's nothing else better than that but Islam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Sheikh Siraj Mustafa from Durban, representative of SADN, Southern Dawah African Network. I see the world, actually I see this Africa full of haram food. So I want to be a farmer in order to produce and distribute halal food. Jazakumullah khair.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Musa Robinho Sekwati from Johannesburg. My vision is I want to see my community embrace and uphold the values of Islam and stop worshipping the ancestral.
My name is Amin Jangia. I am from the SADN. I have been inspired throughout this whole weekend by this team and this program. So I have managed to come up with an idea that I want to see a world full of youth who are emancipated and drug-free world. So I will need to be a mentor to the youth and someone who inspires them to mentor others. Jazakumullah khair for the program. May Allah assist you.
Everywhere we go, the people want to know, who we are. So we tell them, we are the Muslims, the mighty Muslims, the mighty
it's called the Sheikh Haytham technique. Of course, always positive for you, Sheikh. Always, always. So, in terms of books in English that are written by Muslims about leadership, one book that I do like, it's not like perfect, but it's a very, very good start, a great book, is by Sheikh Yawar Baik, and it's called Leadership Lessons from the Life of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He talks about strategy, he talks about the need to be humble, egoless, have love, service, leadership. He talks about vision, supremacy. That book actually can be downloaded for free. It's called Leadership Lessons from the Life of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So Sheikh Yarwa Baig has an Islamic background, but he's also one of the leading consultants in India. Like he's trained massive organizations. He's actually well established. Now, that's a good start if you want an Islamic framing. There's hadith in there, there's Quran in there, there's Islamic principles in there. And many of the things that we spoke about, you will see in that book as well. But it's not framed in the model, in this model. It's not framed with the 12 principles. I am aware, and I think we should all encourage Sheikh Haytham to write a book on leadership, the CBDO model, combined with the 12 principles. And I think that will be the thing we should refer to. So hopefully Sheikh can give us a deadline when that book's going to be finished, inshallah.
We started a new organization called LEAD in the UK, and inshallah we'll be starting producing some of those books in leadership, inshallah. Just make dua. By the way, Islam21C, Google Islam21C.com, Islam21C.com. It is not just because it is our website, but I find that this it is coming from our ethos and our principles. It is a very unique website. I don't know if in English language there is a comprehensive website like this website. And please follow it up. Read the material that is posted there. The qualities of success, I posted them there, but it has Ali Hamouda, Jazawallah Khairan. He writes a lot on the website, and he writes very well. We have some key writers, and it gives you, we don't focus in this website on, for example, spiritualities or politics or economy or technical fatwas, or fiqh. No, we try to present Islam in totality. That's why it is unique. And I really want from the young brothers who can be part of this website, who is willing to be part of this website. Excellent. Be part of the website, for example, supporting the website, marketing the website. Write to us, writing articles, tell us about what is happening in South Africa. So take the details of the brothers.
The Islam of South Africa has got a lot of racism in it, a lot of racism, deep-rooted racism in it. We have to be honest with each other. We have to tell each other how. Now with all this knowledge, because I know ulama who have left Islam, ulama who have died is not serious about deen by they left because of the resources or anything. They'll only be on one type of people and not the other type of people.
Sheikh Hamza, I think he has a good input in this. Racism and da'wah and then I will add a few points.
So this is like the elephant in the room in South African culture, right? And may Allah bless you for your courage for speaking out, to be honest. And I have to be honest, me and Adil, we were looking at some of the role plays, and at some points we gasped. Where's Adil? Is he here? No. We gasped, we're like, that you could never say that in the UK. There was some role play that was there. Maybe this is an urfi issue, it's a custom issue or something, but there were some things that were said, we were like, what? We could never say that in the UK, even as a joke, even in role play. So, we
Like what?
Like when he was talking to the black brother saying, you're black and therefore you're like this and this, that and the other. Anyway, For us, it's just not appropriate, yeah? But the point is, that doesn't necessarily mean the person who did that is racist, but it's just something that we don't do where we are in the West. It's a cultural phenomenon that is it's a massive taboo. So nevertheless, look, with regards to racism, I do believe it's one of the biggest problems in our ummah. There's lots of khair in the ummah. There's, I'm Greek, man. I'm Greek, I look like a Pakistani. Yeah? I'm Greek, I look like a Pakistani.
Yeah, so what if you look like Pakistani?
I didn't say it's wrong.
It's an honor for you to look like a Pakistani.
Let me finish my statement. I know.
This is an insult to Pakistani.
Listen, if any culture looks like me, it's a praise for that culture, Sheikh, yeah?
Yeah, you are praised to look like Pakistani. Not you are praising the culture because you look.
Let me finish the point. So the point is,
the true racism.
No, what I'm trying to say is, I'm Greek. I'm supposed to be like a white European in a way, Eastern European, but I don't look like that. And I married into the Asian culture, right? The Indian subcontinent. And that is a beautiful sign that, tribes and nations, with regards to the term of nationalism, they're starting to dissolve slowly. So I'm saying this first and foremost to indicate that there is a lot of khair in the ummah. You'd be so surprised. We were in Durban, Sheikh Haytham was with me, and there was a black imam. He was married to a Pakistani sister, I believe. Or at least she was half Pakistani. Oh, is he? Where is he? Oh, it was you, yeah. Right. Is that true? That was true, right? I'm accurate.
No,
Yes.
his father-in-law is a mixed race.
Yeah, his father-in-law. But basically it's a mixed cultural family, and he's seen the positivity that happens. So one thing as a solution is, number, we have to remind ourselves that we are one ummah. We have to remind ourselves that we may have our own hidden biases, yeah? And we have to remind ourselves that, relating to a believer in a different way because they have a different skin color is actually jahiliyyah. It's jahiliyyah, it's ignorance. And one of the key roles of the Prophet ﷺ was actually to abolish this type of asabiyah, this type of nationalism. Now there's nothing wrong with being happy with your culture and your food and your language. Like me, I fell in love with the Zulu language. I think it's such a beautiful language. It's half beatbox, half poetry. Honestly, no, it's not funny. When I was watching videos, I was showing my kids. I just love it. There's something about it. Yeah, I was listening to the sisters when they're cleaning, and the way they were speaking, I was like, there's something. The intonation and the accent of the language is very fitri in my view. Yeah, this is my position. I'm not saying it to placate anyone. I'm saying it because it's my affinity. I like it. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to say is, there's nothing wrong with that. Even the Sahaba had kind of affiliations to the tribe. But the problem is when that tribe and color is on top, and it actually negates principles of Islam, negates how you should be with Muslims, negates how you should relate with Muslims. And it's a really, really serious issue. I'm of the view that it's such an issue that it can create fasad in the ummah. Because of the hadith that is sahih in Tirmidhi, where the Prophet ﷺ said, if a man comes to your daughter with good morals and you reject him for no good reason, no Islamic justified reason, there will be fasad in the world. And we have to empower ourselves to understand that we have some type of responsibility, even the small actions that we do. So we have to understand what the deen says, we have to understand the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but practically how do we solve this issue? Now there was a study that was done in the UK, I believe, and it was an anti-racist campaign group. This group was anti-racist, okay? They were, the raison d'etre, the reason for existence is to stop racism. They did a test on them, and they said, let's do this psychological test. And there was a black face and a white face and so on and so forth. And there were positive and negative words that appeared on the screen associated with the face. They timed how long it took for them to take the mouse to the positive word. Obviously, it was always positive because they're not going to be racist. But they saw that it took longer to click on the positive word when it was a black face. It was a subconscious bias, and they were like, what's going on?
Even black employees.
Is that true?
Even, I'm asking.
I don't know, I'm not sure. And what happened is one day someone came late and did the test again. Because a good test, if you repeat it, and then if you get the same results, it's quite powerful. So he repeated the test again, and it was positive. It was like the same time. Everyone was like shocked, okay, what's going on? Basically, he spent the whole night watching one of his favorite Olympic teams, country, running for his country, and the runners were black. And he was screaming for them and shouting for them. It changed his internal bias. Why? Because he had a positive relation with them. So what we should do as an ummah is sometimes we over-conceptualize this. Sometimes we talk about structural racism and we talk about postmodern, structures and power dynamics. Leave that alone for one moment. Critical race theory, I think some of it is nonsense, to be honest. Yeah, some parts of it I think is dhulm. Be practical. If you have iman, you understand what you need to do and how you should relate with your brothers and sisters, whoever they are, then you need to force yourself to have positive interactions with them. It's simple as that. And it goes both ways, by the way. So I know the black community could be repressed from a structural perspective, especially within our own organizations, because if they're ran by, brothers from the Malay or the Indian subcontinent traditionally, it happens. We know it. Yeah, we're not going to lie to each other. Yeah, but the way to deal with it is to continuously interact and force yourself to interact in a positive way. So you do it that way, and the door swings the other way. That they do the same thing, and you need to have it as part of your plan. And I'm telling you, over time, black sisters are going to marry Indian brothers. Indian sisters are going to marry black brothers, and when that continues, it's going to change in the next 1 or 2 generations. But it's hard work. It's hard work, but it can be done. And if anything we learned from the legacy of Madiba, of Nelson Mandela, there was some good principles, the way he used to interact with people. Like the way he used to treat every human being, he wanted to treat them exactly the same way. Irrespective of, obviously because he had communist leanings and he created it into an ethic, but there's some overlap. And we could even learn on how he managed to do what he did, which really some people thought was impossible. Fine, it's a bit overplayed because we still have the problems today, but there was a step. How did that step happen? Because the way he treated his enemy, the way he treated the whites, the way he treated the blacks as well, he created this interaction. So you need to empower yourself. Yes, there's going to be problems. Yes, you're going to face racism all the time. But empower yourself. The way to empower yourself is you insert yourself into the community and you create positive interaction continuously, and you have steadfastness on this. And yes, you're going to get some backlash here and there, but remember your goal. This should be your vision maybe. And then the other brothers who are in positions of power, structurally and otherwise, the Indian, the Malays, they should realize what's going on. It's not fair for our black brothers, and they need to also start creating events, interactions, and when it's positive, that internal bias changes. That's my advice. Obviously, you should do shura amongst yourselves, because there are cultural and urfi contexts that I'm not aware of, even social political contexts and structural contexts that I'm not aware of. But in general, I think this is a very good start. Because we could all go to sit there and not do anything and just segregate ourselves. And you could, rightly so, be justified and complain and not integrate and not interact. But that's not going to change anything. What's going to change is what you've just done now. This is a positive interaction. And then you do it in a more formal way at every level of the Muslim society, and inshallah it's going to change. Yeah. And we see this in the UK. Bengali sisters marrying black brothers marrying Indian sisters marrying this. Even in Pakistan, sometimes we shouldn't take it too personally. Even in Pakistan, it's the same nation, they can't even marry each other. Punjabis can't marry Kashmiris can't marry Balochis. So there's internal problems too. And we even had this within the tribes as well, black tribes. They can't marry each other. So, sometimes it's everywhere. It's one of the perennial diseases that we're going to fight. Islam came to solve that problem. And I think that's one practical way of doing it. There's other ways, but I think, inshallah, this is something that we could, practically implement, inshallah. Sure.
Inshallah ta'ala, we're going to have closing remarks from our beloved mashayikh. But before we do that, we'll announce the winning team of this competition.
Inshallah.
So, Sheikh Salman.
No, start with that.
The loser.
Yeah, the loser.
Sheikh Salman, on the last activity, there was going to be 100 points up for grabs for the name play, but we didn't get to do that, so that's not going to be counted. And Sheikh Salman, mashallah, he's such a generous person. He said that we should give everyone some points because everyone partook. But one group was chosen to get more points, and that was group number 5 for their demonstration of
Takbir!
Allahu Akbar. For their demonstration of love. You said takbir, only your table said Allahu Akbar, everyone else was dead silent.
Because they are jealous. MashaAllah.
Okay. Now, after tallying up all the points, we have team 6 with minus 25 points. Where are you, team 6?
Please raise your hands. So
raise your hand, team 6.
Oh.
Allahu Akbar. He's going to start.
Allah.
He's the brother who's always standing on the chair. Okay, now, second to last with 27.5 points is team number 3. Team number 3? MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Others are busy.
And then we have team number 7 with 30 points. Where's team number 7? MashaAllah, tabarakallah. And then we have with 45 points team number 4. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Who's the leader? By the way, who's the leader there? Just to see the leader of. Oh, no, Adil. Okay.
We learn from fail and improve, inshallah.
Yes. Inshallah. Yeah, please, change the result.
Plus 100 points.
And in joint third place. Joint third place with 75 points each. We have team number 8 and team number 2. Raise your hands. Team number 2 and 8. MashaAllah, third place.
This is that is what, 8? Oh,
8 and that's 2.
Okay.
MashaAllah. And then in second place with 90 points.
Don't mention the second place, mention the winner.
And the winner.
How many points does the winner have?
175 points.
MashaAllah. This is a big jump.
So who's the winner?
They are their namesake, team number 1.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. La ilaha illallah. Muhammadan Rasulullah. America Aduullah.
Team number 5 with 90 points. Team number 5.
Who is the leader?
MashaAllah. No personal persuasions, please. Family members cannot interact with judges. No, so like I said, Sheikh Salman changed the 100 points and gave everyone some points and gave you more points. So you got more points than everyone else.
We won in the morning for the Rodel. We won the Rodel 100 points. How we won? Corruption.
Yeah.
The new winners! MashaAllah, I must say, your intervention was Again, it's a common theme throughout the retreat.
Are there minus 100 points?
No, and we also got 10 points to team 1.
Oh, so actually, the final numbers, team number 1 had 185, and you guys ended up with 190. Only 5 points in it.
But I like the resilience. They didn't do minus 4.
You started off with a minus.
Minus 4.
Subhanallah.
Yeah, well, no. You went to minus 4.
Yeah.
There's a difference. You didn't start on minus 4, you went to minus 4.
So we have a small token of appreciation with some dates to make you sweet. And also to be known in a group picture as the winners of Visionary South Africa. And you'll be placed up there with the winners from Turkey and Pakistan. We didn't do them out, did we? Global one. When we do the global, all the winning teams, nah, they won't come. We're not planning to do that.
Maybe, we don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, in the future, inshallah. Okay, brothers. I'd like to start off with the final closing remarks with our beloved Sheikh Dr. Salman Butt.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu brothers. It was a pleasure to see you all, alhamdulillah. I just wanted to end with one short story. One of our mashayikh, his name is Sheikh Ashraf Hussain Al-Azhari, mashallah, he's the head of Sabil. And he told us once that he went with his father, rahimahullah, to visit a friend of his father's. And because he just been diagnosed with cancer. So they're going into his house, he's in Bangladesh somewhere, going into his house and they find 6 sewing machines outside. Yeah? And they go inside and they say, sorry, we heard about your cancer diagnosis, Allah give you recovery, is there anything we could do? Why are there so many sewing machines outside? He said, yeah, they diagnosed me with cancer, so I bought 6 sewing machines. He said, what? How does that? This person was a man of vision. Man of vision, strategy. Yeah, he had certain skills. He was an entrepreneur, he's a businessman. He said, look, I realize if Allah takes my life today, I don't have that many good deeds to show for it. Yeah? But I do have the ability to set processes in place, plan, manage, set businesses, set organizations up, have a vision, have a strategy. So I started a waqf. I bought 6 sewing machines. I hired one person to teach 5 local orphan boys the art of sewing. And I have a 25-year plan going to look after them, get a building, a teacher, someone to look after them, someone to cook and clean for them. And 5 local orphans over the period of 25 years should be trained up until adulthood to be taught a skill so they can make their own money, stand on their own 2 feet, and then they can do the same for 5 other orphans each. Yeah, that was his plan. He put the whole plan in place. So imagine if I died today, after 25 years, on my scales when I'm sitting in my grave, how many orphans sponsorship rewards will I get? 25. Now, imagine after another 25 years. So after 50 years of being in my grave, how much reward will I get? How much? No? 125. Someone get a calculator out quickly. Quickly get a calculator. 125. Another 25 years. So after 75 years, if I die today, after 75 years, he said 625. After 100 years, 1,000 something, what was it? 3,125. After another 25 years, I calculated it. Imagine after 200 years of being in your grave, you will have the reward of something like 2 million orphans. Yani, there's no more orphans left to look after. Yeah? There's no more orphans will be left. Why? We all get the same number of hours in a day. We all get the same generally short life. No one live for 1,000 years anymore. But he has the ability to see with vision, put a strategy in place, have some skills, put something in place that will allow him, to come to Allah on Yawm al-Qiyamah as though he lived for thousands of years of good deeds. Yeah, he had a vision. I want to get rid of, the abuse of orphans, for example, whatever your vision is. And guess what? He said, we went back to that village years later, when I was an adult, and he's still alive. Allahu Akbar. He said he died as an old man. Maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increased his life because he wanted to see him do more good work while he was around. But the moral of the story is what? This is the fruit of having vision, having some strategy, having some skills to see ahead. And this is what we want all of our brothers to think about. What can I put into place? What legacy can I leave for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that when we come to Allah on Yawm al-Qiyamah, we have behind us mountains and mountains of good deeds. And anytime we put something in place, remember me, remember my family as well, and our mashayikh and your du'as as well, so we get a piece of that pie as well. Jazakumullah khairan. I hope to see you all soon. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My dear mashayikh and brothers, it's been a huge blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be in your presence and to be able to share some ideas and to hopefully touch, move and inspire you. Now, the words of advice I have is that the hard work continues after today. Today and yesterday, the Visionaries was maybe the initial seed that is required to plant in your heart and mind in order for it to grow into visionary fruits. But for that to happen, you need to start the hard work. And one piece of advice I have for you is, don't be afraid of failure. You're going to fail. It's almost a necessity. But when you fail, you bounce back up because you're doing it for the sake of Allah. And that's the beautiful thing of having an Allah-centric and Akhirah-centric vision. It's for Allah. I was asked about an hour ago about public speaking. How did you become such a great public speaker? He didn't ask me that because I'm great. He was saying about how does he become a good public speaker. And look, I said to him, look, you could go to courses, you could read books, but at the end of the day, 90% of it, in my view, is just to public speak. You're going to be really bad for the first 1,000 hours. The great public speakers of today were the bad public speakers yesterday. It's as simple as that. Yes, you could do some courses and read a book and do this psychological training. I agree, it enhances it, it may speed up the process, it may be a catalyst. But at the end of the day, nothing beats hard work and doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you're going to fail, and you're going to make mistakes. Obviously you don't deliberately make mistakes, or you want to deliberately fail, but you have to realize that that's going to come your way. Shaitan's going to put obstacles, Allah's going to put obstacles as tests and trials, and you need to remember to refine your intention, because once you hit the floor, if you're a mukhlis, you're going to bounce back up. And we see this in the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, in the life of the Sahaba. We see in the great Islamic scholars, in the great people of our tradition. We see even in the secular world, in the non-Muslim world. You have to have the ability to bounce back. It is extremely important. And that's where you have to link it to the Allah-centric and Akhirah-centric realities. That your vision is pleasing to Allah. Your vision is something that's going to take you into the Akhirah. And if you always frame that way and you remind yourself, then inshallah every time there's an error or a mistake or a failure, you bounce back up and you'll be able to frame those mistakes and failures into something positive. Okay, how do I get back on track? It's not going to be rosy. To achieve, an organization that's successful, it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of effort. So just remember that. And the thing that's going to help you really fundamentally is ikhlas and fundamentally connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? It was a huge pleasure. I make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah blesses every single one of you. He grants you and your families the best in this life and the best in the life to come. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He unites us all in Jannatul Firdaus. Okay? Ameen. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers, wallahi, it was really a pleasure for me personally. And subhanallah, because I'm going to another retreat actually in Turkey. So in the beginning of the trip, I said, oh no, I have 2 retreats, one after another, and the retreats, they really consume me. So I said, how am I going to do that? And then, I don't know, Allah Jalla wa Ala helped me, Allah Jalla wa Ala gave me energy. Maybe, first of all, it is tawfiq from Allah Jalla wa Ala, and secondly, your presence, your interaction, your nature, welcoming. Jazakumullahu khairan. So may Allah Jalla wa Ala reward you for that. See, don't stop at what you learned. We took that one of the key qualities of success is what? Continuous growth. Yes, brothers? Continuous growth. Setting vision, khalas. Insha'Allah, now you will set your vision. Okay? Don't just learn and don't implement what you learned. And now you need to move to continuous what? Growth. Yes, brothers? And if I may say something that might be seen as negative, to reflect, maybe, I don't know, maybe it is a wrong reflection of certain phenomena, but you need to look at it seriously. And you need, brothers, to continuously evaluate yourself. Yes, brothers? Okay. Now, when I listen to the Quran recitation in the morning, all the circles, they were reading what? All the circles. In the morning, today and yesterday, they were reading what? They were reading either Al-Fatiha or the last short surahs in the Quran. Yes? What does that mean? And the issue is, many of you were reading them well. So are you going to stuck at that level, brothers? Does this reflect that you are stuck at one point? Yes, brothers? Mashayikh? No. Don't accept to get stuck. If you accept it, if you internalize it, then it is a big problem. You will not grow. Brothers, promise that you will get rid of this habit? Yes, brothers? Inshallah, next time when I come, I want to see people reading Surah Baqarah, Surah Tawbah, Surah Yunus, and so on. Clear, brothers? Yeah? And this brings me to the second point, which is part of the continuous growth. The leaders and the mashayikh, they should build leaders. They should not build followers. Yes, yeah, brothers? Yes. Many of the scholars, leaders, they like to build what? Followers. Why? Because this is what? This is protection for their status and ego. Yes, brothers? No. Build leaders. Allah will ask you on the day of resurrection, what did you do with this plant, with these seeds that you put and you planted? Yes, brothers? And learn from the story. The Prophet ﷺ gave us the story of the ghulam and the magician in Surah Al-Buruj, where the magician came to the boy and he told him that, sorry, not the magician, the abid. He told him, oh my son, now you are better than me. And you will be tested. If you were tested, remain firm. This can happen, and you should be proud of yourself if you planted a leader, because anything he does, yeah, you will get the reward of that. Yes, brothers? Yes. And the brothers who are studying, the followers, yeah, see, the true leadership is what? Fellowship. If you are a follower, it doesn't mean that you are not a leader. I'm not saying rebel against your teacher, but yeah, develop yourself so you become even better than your teacher. Yes, brothers? It's not aib. It's not aib. And this doesn't go against your teacher. If he's a mukhlis, he will be happy to see his students better than him. Where is Hamza? Hamza is not here. He claims that he is my teacher. He became better than me. I always feel jealous. I mean, I always feel happy that he became better than me. Yes, brothers? No, take this point seriously. Okay? Continue developing yourself. Learn, brothers. Learn. Don't limit your learning. And don't just stop at what your teacher is telling you to study. Yeah? This style, I think, the world is moving and leaving this style. Yeah? Okay? So, please do that. Now, if someone, one of the brothers, he's not here, I think he left, he asked me, what is your message to the people in South Africa, the scholars of South Africa, the people of South Africa? What is your message? And I said, let me summarize my message. First of all, we are proud of you. The whole world is proud of you. And we need you to continue doing what you have been doing. The Muslims in South Africa, they have been seen as a role model for many minorities. So continue flourishing. Don't be stagnant. If you become stagnant, you will lose. Yeah? So don't lose. And in particular to the South African, the wider society, we are proud of you because of your stance against the Zionist occupation, the genociders. And we are proud of you. The whole world is proud of you. And we hope seriously that the current government to continue the good work the previous government has done. And you as Muslims, you need to play a role in this. Don't say the previous government have done this and now we don't know what to do. You need to continue the good work. Now I have 4 or 5 quick key points to Muslims in South Africa. Yeah? Please listen to those carefully. First of all, I believe that you should do more da'wah. Yes, I strongly believe that you should do more da'wah. Now all of you, and we have seen in Cape Town that Muslims have been here in South Africa for around 300 years. Yes or no? Yes. Something like this. Now, if you have been in this country for 300 years, what is your growth? And is your growth, is it proportional to your existence? Are you following that? Yes. So your growth should be proportional to the period of your existence, to your history. 300 years should have maybe led to rapid increase in the number of people who are accepting Islam. Yes? Not just to be just 1.5 million. More than that. Yes? So evaluate yourself when you talk about your da'wah. So da'wah, number 1. Number 2, please don't be complacent. Don't be complacent to your situation. I felt that many people, many Muslims, many leaders, many organizations are chilling out. They are relaxing, yeah, because alhamdulillah they have money, the society is respecting them. They feel that this is their own country. Don't be complacent. Allah Jalla wa Ala never allowed this life to be complacent. The Prophet ﷺ said anything that goes up, it will go down. Allah Jalla wa Ala says, وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْضَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَا هُدِّمَتْ صَوَامِعُ وَبِيَعُ وَصَلَوَاتٍ. This life is a mudafa'a. Either you push or you will be pushed. Yeah? So be careful of that. Either you progress or you regress. The other point, brothers, please give more attention to what some people might call as secular education. Yeah? Put more attention to what is called as secular education. I told you that in Nigeria, the Nigerian brothers themselves, they said, brothers, do you know what does Boko Haram mean? Wallahi, this Maulana is a great one, mashallah. He's a treasure. We are not benefiting from him. Boko Haram means what? Education is haram. Yes, Nigerian brother? Boko Haram means education is haram. Yeah? So, they gave fatwas, some of them, that going to secular education is haram. That is Boko Haram. As a result of this, what happened? When the colony left Nigeria, now they want to put people in power. Yeah, they want people, educated people, to be in power. They cannot put all of them Maulanas. So whom did they put? Non-Muslims and Christians. And why? Because Muslims don't have degrees. Yes, brothers? This is a big problem. You like it, brothers, we need to deal with the situation. You like secular education, you don't like secular education, whatever the case, the reality is we need degrees, we need certificates, we need to be strong. And this is a means of strength. Don't think, brothers, that if you are running the business, you are strong enough. Both economy, business, three, business, economy, media, they are the three main elements of power. Don't just run with one and leave the others. Yes, brothers? So education, please. The other point is more social interaction. More social interaction with the rest of the people. Whether there is racism or there is no racism, but social interaction is one of the strongest ways of giving da'wah. So run social projects. Run social projects in the villages, run social projects in the rural areas, run social educational projects to the masses. Let them see the beauty of Islam and what Islam can offer them. Yes, brothers? And see, there is a Shar'i issue here. I am so sorry to say this. Alhamdulillah, I have entered some of the houses. The brothers took me to some of the houses. I said, Wallahi, in London we don't have these houses. MashaAllah, big houses, precious furniture. Even the other day, just a flat, you go by your car, MashaAllah, to the flat, luxury flat. Yeah? Now, on the other side, you see people who are below, way below poverty line. Now ask your ulama, is this allowed from a Sharia perspective? Yeah, we are not socialists, but if Allah Jalla wa Ala gave you a lot of money, you need to look at your neighbors who are what? The Prophet ﷺ said, he's not one of us who is what? Who stays over with his stomach full and his neighbor is what? Poor. Yeah? So I leave this to you, but I really have a big question mark about it. Yes? Okay. Now, this parliament, what I understood, the current parliament, the presence of Muslim MPs is not like before. Some brothers, they said it is around 10 only. Less than before. And I asked a few brothers about the presence of Muslims in governmental departments, and they said it is not as before. We need to ask ourselves, why is this? Brothers, we need to engage in all governmental departments. Don't be living in your bubbles and don't be complacent to your situation. Especially, brothers, we need our influence to be seen in politics. Yes, please listen to this. We need to see the influence of Muslims and Muslims engaging in departments, especially in the following departments: politics, media, judiciary, economy, and education. If you have no influence, brothers, please, if you have no influence and no presence, no positive engagement in these departments, wallahi, it will not take you a long time before you regret. Yes? I hope that it is taken inshallah, you take it seriously. You have a very beautiful country. Yeah? Protect your country by more engagement. Protect your country by more engagement. Yes? And your engagement, finally you should contribute towards what? Better security. Everyone is complaining about what? Safety and security. What is the role of Muslims to improve the security of South Africa? You need to think of ideas how to improve the situation. Don't be complacent to what you do and let others suffer from whatever they are suffering. May Allah Jalla wa Ala protect South Africa. Say Ameen, brothers. Wallahi, I am saying it from the bottom of my heart. May Allah Jalla wa Ala protect this country. May Allah Jalla wa Ala protect Muslims in this country. May Allah Jalla wa Ala guide the wider society in South Africa. May Allah Jalla wa Ala show them the beauty of Islam. May Allah Jalla wa Ala help us as Muslims to show them the beauty of Islam. Ya Rabbal Alameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. May Allah Jalla wa Ala reward everyone who participated in this program. Jazakumullahu khairan. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I forget to say that if I offended anyone, he needs to get over with it. I'm not going to apologize. This is life, get over it.
Okay, brothers and mashayikh, before we conclude the program, I'd like to thank you all for your engagement, interaction and attendance, and specifically single out 2 individuals who have not been singled out yet from IPCI, Ustad Muhammad here, and also Maulana Ismail, if you can come up to the front inshallah. Ustad, come to the front. These Maulana and Ustad have been instrumental at the organizing of the retreat as well as the other events throughout our trip here. They have hosted us and they have humbled us with their hospitality. So Sheikh would like to give a simple gift, but a gift with heavy hearts of gratitude.
And this is heavy also.
And this itar is also smells beautiful and is lovely.
It's expensive and it
and
has
it's
some
expensive
of my
and
perspiration.
Yeah. جزاك الله خير جزاك الله خير الله يبارك فيك.
مولانا إسماعيل
Maulana Ismail. Wallahi, this Maulana Ismail, he really embarrassed me by his generosity. He was looking after me in the car, and he wanted to discuss something with me, and throughout the car I was busy doing some other thing. So I do apologize for that. Jazakallah khair. Ya Allah reward you.
Get over it.
Get over it.
So just some insight, you saw these brothers and Maulana Sulaiman as well and Awais and others throughout the retreat, but what you didn't see is the weeks and weeks and weeks, months prior to the actual retreat happening, the work and the meetings that were taking place online and the work that was being put in. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless them in this dunya and the akhirah and their families, to protect and preserve them and to give them the best. Ameen.
No, special thanks from the organization, our organization in the UK. We never expected that. MashaAllah, there will be a brother who is very smooth. He is as if he has been with us for years.
Yes, MashaAllah.
صح ولا?
Yes, 100%.
Wallahi, really, MashaAllah, we are really impressed.
We're together.
Allah, that's because of my Sufi power influence. MashaAllah.
I just have one request. Brothers, we're going to put 4 chairs here. The facilitators and the mashayikh are going to be there, and everybody else come around at the back of them. So we're going to take one group photograph.
Yes.
And everyone hold your bags or either t-shirts. Take off the jackets. I want visionaries on everyone's chest, inshallah.
Excellent.
Inshallah. Let's move quickly.
قرآني نبض حياتي قرآني طهر ذاتي قرآني عصمة أمري قرآني طوق نجاتي قرآني نبض حياتي قرآني طهر ذاتي قرآني عصمة أمري قرآني طوق نجاتي. آيات الله حمتني غمرتني بالبركات تحفظني من همزات الشيطان ومن زلاتي. آيات الله حمتني غمرتني بالبركات تحفظني من همزات الشيطان ومن زلاتي. قرآني نبض حياتي قرآني طهر ذاتي قرآني عصمة أمري قرآني طوق نجاتي.